Hey, good afternoon, everybody, or good evening. It's Lynn Renee McDonald for Practical Spirituality, and today I am in Sarasota, Florida. It has been quite an experience this whole weekend. Why? Because just lots of chaos. I feel like a lot of this is the Mercury retrograde energy coming in, because we're going to have a Mercury retrograde in March. It feels like it's coming in fast, and I can usually feel it. Let me say, anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks before I start to notice weird fuck ups happening in my life. Classic when you're super sensitive. This is some of the stuff that happens to us, and when you're spiritual, you'll pick up being empathic and being in the space with love energy. And being super gifted, you'll pick up on lots of different things all the time. And Mercury retrograde is just another thing that you're going to be sensitive to, that is in the grand design of the stars in astrology, which is in your grand design, and which is part of the grand design that is love energy, that is God. And we are all affected by what happens in the stars, as it is the grand plan for all that is. There's always free will. However, free will always plays a part in that. However, it doesn't make people immune to the effects. All right, the more you work with God, the more greatest the experience you're going to have. And in Earth world reality, this is really how things work. Okay, so that said, Mercury retrograde is going to be coming in March 2019. All right, so this weekend's experiences for me, coming to Sarasota, I left on Friday. My plane was supposed to leave at 3:15 in the afternoon, and it was one fucking crazy story after another, or crazy mess up after the other. Okay, so what happened was, all right, the airline was delayed. All right, we get on the plane. We're on the plane for like an hour. Then we get off the plane. Right? Now, of course, just like with this YouTube, I just get on the damn YouTube and 50,000 people are texting me. And I'm like, oh my God, I just got to do this, Oh, the good thing is now my phone is working, right? But this is all Mercury retrograde stuff. Oh my gosh. So it keeps coming in and coming in and coming in. All right. There was like 10 messages right there. Okay. So this is the kind of shit that happens in Mercury retrograde. Things get chaotic. You plan on doing something. Nobody will be calling you, texting you. And then the second you got to do something like a YouTube, 50,000 people are trying to contact you. And it's just that's the kind of energy it is. It's like, here's what's going on. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so a lot of this energy is starting to come in. It's to get you to address the things in your life that you're not addressing. It's really designed to help and assist you and reflect what is going on out here in Earth world, and reflect what is happening in you, how you want things to be better, how you can change things, where you are in your spiritual journey as well. Because one of the biggest things that I noticed about this whole trip here to Sarasota, okay, was that the airplane was all sort, the airplane, the airport, the people tried to hold it together because they work for the airlines, of course. But the bottom line is there was all these problems with the maintenance of the plane. We got on the plane, we got off the plane. We got on the plane, we sat for 45 minutes, we got off the plane. We got on another plane. We sat in the airport. Nobody knew where they were going. And this is over about a 6-hour period, okay? Crazy shit. Everybody who's on that flight to Sarasota at 3:15 yesterday was all sorts of fucked up with this, and it's amazing to me because that happened. So I was like delayed by 6 hours. I had a plan to come to Sarasota. I had a whole plan set out, right? And we all get our plans and we want to do what we want to do. And that's what we expect to happen, right? But it always doesn't go down that way, especially with Mercury retrograde, because it realigns that whatever is best with God is what's going to happen, and your soul calls it in. So in the space that I'm in, normally I would have been like fucking wild. I'm like, oh my God, I have an event. When am I gonna be there? Blah, 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 blah. The old Lynn who is always working on herself, right? Because that's what we do with spirit. We work on ourselves. So I'm like, the old Lynn would have been like, fuck. I can't believe, this plane shit, da, 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 da. And what was so funny is I was like, oh, wow, it really didn't faze me. But meanwhile, everybody else on the plane is, oh my God, I can't believe this. Oh my God, I can't believe this, right? And for the most part, though, overall, everybody was really pretty good. But that's what they present in this earth world reality. Meanwhile, inside their head, their thoughts and all this kind of kooky wacky stuff is going on that's kind of negative. And the more negative people become, outwardly, internally, and unwell with things, the more they create those very things not to happen. So, of course, the plane is going to be delayed over and over and over. By the time it was said and done, we were on, I believe, 3 different planes, and we got on and off of them, I believe it was 4 times over the course, and we sat in the airport like 2 or 3 times in between those times. It was just fucking crazy. And we didn't know when the flight was really going to come, if it was really going to come, or we were really going to fly out of there. In the meantime, I have an event in Sarasota, and the old Lynn would have been like fucking freaking out. Why the fuck ain't I there? Because I'm a spiritual teacher. I have to do what I say, right? But the whole time, I was in this amazing God space, right? Up here. Right? Because really, the more enlightened you become, the more you don't get wrapped up in the bullshit of the unwellness of stuff. You just kind of like, wow, in this space with God, I know that it's divine timing. Everything was perfectly designed to teach these people, to teach me, to show me where I am spiritually, to show me what I have to work on, what works for me, what doesn't, right? Amongst all the chaos that's going on in the airport, it was just crazy. So I'm thinking, as everyone else, we got places to go, we got places to be. This is what I want to happen. And while what you want to happen is going to happen if you ask Spirit for it or you put it out there, right? But it's going to happen in what's called God's time, not when you want it always to happen, right? And where you are spiritually and how you react to things is a total reflection of what is going on with you. So what this really did for me, which was huge, was it showed me the space that I'm in with God. The old Lynn, way back when, the old Lynn would have been fuck this and fuck that and fuck you. And there were some people who didn't end up even being on the flight after they paid for it. I think it was like, and it's if anybody who flies a lot knows that it's not always economical to fly. It was like, I don't know if it was depending on when you get the ticket, there's like a certain window. But if you don't get in your window, you could pay like ridiculous amounts of money. And when I say ridiculous, it's not that I don't want to pay that. It's just that it's absurd, and it comes from a space of gouging the people of unwellness, really. But we'll get into that on a different day, because today we're going to talk about what happened on the airlines and what is happening on this trip for me, because all this chaos is happening, okay? Between the planes, the airport. When I finally got in, I was supposed to get here to Sarasota 5:30 yesterday, between 5:30, I think, 5:15, 5:30. And when I actually got here, it was actually, like, oh my God, I think it was like, by the time I got to my room, it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I had to cancel and try to reschedule 2 appointments yesterday for my clients throughout the day. And I kept rescheduling them and canceling them again because I was trying to do stuff around the airline's trip. And they were really, really great. And I'm really, really grateful. And then on top of it all, then my phone is all fucked up and I don't have great reception here. I don't have internet. I can't make calls. Everything's all sorts of jacked up. But no matter what, in the come of it, I'm not pissed off. I'm not angry. I'm like, I know that everything happens for a reason. And this is all part of my learning about where I am with spirit, learning about what's going on in this reality. How can I clear, heal, and change all of this? Because if I'm going to be traveling a lot, these are the things that are going to happen. And how do I deal with them? How do I ask spirit and work around them? So these are really good lessons for me. So this was a huge learning curve for me. All right, with the traveling on the airplanes and not having cell phone service and not having internet service. And, and then I'm freaking out because I'm like, well, how much money is on my card? Do I have enough money on my card? Is everything okay, there, because I can't get in touch with my bank? And so, it just gets crazy, crazy, crazy. So, or it can get crazy, crazy, crazy. So this whole weekend has been one of those chaotic weekends, all right, which the Mercury retrograde energy really set into motion here, even though we're not quite there yet. Okay, it is coming for this month, I believe. But I'm already feeling that energy and it's already affecting us. And then what's crazy is I see the unwellness of the people and you can even get caught up in that within yourself. Like the more I want my fucking internet to work and my phone to work and I can't make a call and I'm getting frustrated, the more it doesn't work. The more I have a problem. Then I can't get an Uber car because I can't get online and now I'm stuck. But this is the shit that happens. So it teaches me, okay, God, what do I go with this? Where do I do with this? I work with spirit. I ask Spirit for what I need, and I balance it out in Earth world reality. What do I got to do here in Earth world with this? What do I have to do to make this happen? Thank you, God, for that for me in the best way for me and or something better. So this trip has been really, really kind of funny and amusing. But what's really cool as well is that I was in this really great God space within myself, and I didn't get pissed off really. I didn't get upset. I was just like in the core of my higher heart self and in my soul, I was like, wow. Oh, well, you know what I mean? What are you going to do? Really? What are you going to do? Make yourself crazy with trauma and unwellness and emotional bullshit that is your own shit from in here. And it reflects on why this is happening to you because your soul called it in to show you what you have to work on, where you're at, all these great things that are or are not happening for you, and how are you going to change that with Spirit, right? All right, so when these things happen, with Mercury retrograde type of stuff, or you're in a like a what I call like an astrological funk, like an astrological funk being when your soul has got a mission to teach you. There's cycles in everything. And so a lot of times you go through astrological cycles within your soul that your soul calls in for your learning and for your future experiences to be the greatness that you came here to be and all that you are. But you must first learn about these things. Sometimes though it'll call in cycles of things like this where you keep having rough time after rough time after rough time where things don't go right. They're all a mess. And so you're going through cycles of this so you get the experience of that and how to deal with it, right? And over and over and over. And that'll happen. Sometimes there'll be 6-month periods of that. Sometimes there'll be 4-week periods of it. It depends on what your soul calls in and is in your astrological chart. And of course, they all go hand in hand and everything can be changed and is subject, of course, to the magic of love energy that is God and free will. So, all of this said, it was chaotic today. The energy was really wild. I did ultimately have a great day. All right. And then what was funny is I could have taken the airport stuff and said, hey, this sucks and been miserable. And, you know, everybody's I can see is not happy. All right. And in this space, you know, people start to talk to each other. People start to become friends with each other. People start to get to know each other. And it really